You mentioned just sports teams,
Yeah.
right? And I guess my question would be, where do you see the opportunities with organizations such as like healthcare or health organizations that are not your typical kind of business per se? I guess how do
We
you
are talking about like dentists
yeah,
and
or in Canada,
chiropractors.
yeah. So in Canada, like healthcare, government,
When you get into
like
government, it's a totally different sell. You'll want to go and do the executive coach training at that point, CEO coach certification and corporate business coach certification. Because it's a different sell, it's a different set of language. It's all very, very different once you get into that high end, bigger businesses. Because you're selling to HR managers, you're selling training programs in most cases. Okay, and so they're going to go down the RFP route rather than down a straight sales route. Okay, so in the beginning, my suggestion is go for the quick decision makers. Usually they're the high D's, high S's. They're the people that are business owners that need, and always, glad you brought up medical. I use a terminology when you're in sales, I want you to go to the person with the broken arm, not the person who's 5 pounds overweight. The gal with a broken arm is going to the doctor instantaneously. The gal with 5 pounds overweight is going to be like, yeah, I'll get there eventually. So that's why when we do the sessions with them, we do a lot more on the pain factors. All of the emails that you'll see in the daily emails, because there's 30 days emails. So when you get home, you can either do it or you can just go straight to Voyager. If I had a suggestion, it'd be just use Voyager, because doing it yourself, loading the 30 emails into your GHL, that's crazy work. Either employ someone to do it for you or use an agency with a VA. So those 30 emails tell everyone all about what we do, right? So in essence, it's like, think of watching a Netflix show. You don't start at season 5, episode 3. You go back to season 1, episode 1. Well, what those first 30 emails do is it's season 1 of learning about action coach and business coaching, okay? But then each of the follow-on emails that go into your daily cycle, they start out with a problem. And just sort of says, struggling to get great people. Here's 3 things you can do right now. And the email tells them, here's 3 things you can get started on. By the way, if you want to talk more about this, book a call in my calendar. Let's have a chat about it. And it just does that every single day. It teaches them 3 things or 2 things. And hey, if you want to have more of a chat about this, give me a call. But what it's doing is it's sharing with someone all of the things that business coaching can help them with. Because like if it says he's struggling with systems, as your leadership is it just keeps opening their mind. Because you ask the average person, what can a business coach help you with? They don't talk about big thing. They just go, oh, I think they help you with. So that's why that's really important sort of thing. And to get the, in the beginning, just remember these numbers, right? 200, and you may have been told these numbers already, but it's 200 in 90 days. You got to meet 200 business owners in the first 90 days when you get home. I don't care if you meet them in the first 30 days and then follow up from there. I don't care if you take a full 200 days to meet them. A full 90 days to meet them. But you got to meet 200 business people in the first 90 days. And by meet, I mean shake their hand, not on the phone. You got to be belly to belly, get their card, give them your card, meet the person. Now, out of those 200 people that you meet, you will offer every single one of them 2 weeks free coaching. Okay? You're going to offer it to all of them. And about 50 of them will say yes. Now, if you're really good at it, you might get 190 that say yes. Okay? Now, where are you going to meet the first 200? Mostly networking. And the networking is going to come from your existing network plus networking groups you join. Okay? Now, when you meet someone and they say, what do you do? What's the dumbest answer you can give them? I'm a business coach. What's the smartest answer you can give them? Follow the script. The script basically says, well, Gino, when people start their own business and they want it to be all about their own freedom of money, freedom of time, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, when that doesn't happen, I come in and help them fix that. They'll be like, well, what do you mean? How do you fix that? Well, what business are you in? Well, I'm in the printing game. Printing game, oh, we got a lot of clients in the printing game. We love coaching printing companies, and most of our clients are crushing it right now. You guys must be crushing it in the printing game. What's their answer going to be to that? Well, we're doing good. Really? You're not all right, well, we need to have a coffee. Okay, I'm going to take care of you. The next 2 weeks, coaching, it's on me. Let's get together, have a cup of coffee, and just see if it'll work. Because why do we want to just have a coffee or a lunch or a beer or whatever it is? You read the room, you know? Might be a vegan person. You might have to go for a juice, you know? Be a big trucker dude. You might have to go for a beer. It's, you know, whatever it is. But that's just the total disarm. And what are you saying about booking all the meetings? Once you're at the coffee, you book the next 3 meetings. The next meeting, to pick up the questionnaire, you go visit them. Because pre-COVID, see, what happened with COVID is everyone learned Zoom, and they all think, oh, this is just so much easier. I'll just Zoom everything. Well, Zoom is 1/5 as effective as face-to-face. Like, literally, Cambridge University did a study. How effective is it to do that versus that? 5 times more effective if we meet as human beings face-to-face. Now, in the coffee chat, what are you not allowed to talk about? Coaching. You can talk about you, and I want you to talk about you, but I want you to talk about your football team, or your school you went to, or your kids, or your parents. I want you to talk about life. Do not, at a coffee, if you're going to meet someone, in fact, who was it? Charles Vogel says it this way, and he's a community building expert, right? He says, you cannot build a relationship in a group environment. You need intimate moments to have an intimate relationship. So I need one-on-one moments in order to build it. He says the best advice he ever got was never ask for anything until at least your 3rd intimate moment with that human. So we're not asking for anything until our 4th. Does that make sense? So, coffee, we just talk. You've got your information kit there. You've got your questionnaire there. You've got a book for them to read. You got your kit. Check, please. Hey, Gina, just before we go, I'm going to come see you on Thursday. I'm going to come pick up this questionnaire and pull it out. It's 5 pages. At the back, there's 28 boxes. Tick 5 of them. The rest of it, just general info about the business. I'm going to come pick it up on Thursday because I want to get to see your business. I want to get to see your team and what they do and how they do it. And I just want to have a look around and get to know what you guys do and start the ball rolling with us. Make sure I can help. So we go visit them. We pick up the questionnaire. Now, what do we know? They haven't filled it all in. Why do we know that? Because it's designed that they can't fill it all in. Why do we not want them to fill it all in? What is going on in their brain when they say to themselves, I can't even fill in a 5-page questionnaire. I can't even answer the basics. In their brain, they're going, holy shit, what else do I not know about business? How do you prove to them that you're a genius? No, we're not going to help them fill it in. We're going to leave it blank. We're going to make sure that they're left dangling and hanging. There's only one way we can prove we're a genius as a coach: by asking questions. The moment you go to giving answers, you've lost. You've lost. You're not a coach anymore. You've started running laps, and your player is standing over there. If you catch yourself running laps, like if you're running your mouth is basically the way to look at it, right? If you're running your mouth, you're running laps. Now, if you're a teacher, run your mouth. If you're a coach, run your ears. Ask a question and shut the heck up. And then when you think they've answered the question, you go, uh-huh. All right. And what would that mean? Oh, and how does that work? I want at least 5 dig deep, play dumb questions every question. At least 5. I want to see tears. I want to see laughter. If they're not crying, they're not buying. I'm serious. When I am coaching someone, I need them to have an emotional response to make an emotional decision. If all I do is talk about the surface level stuff with that person, I'm not being a coach. Coach doesn't just talk business. Coach talks human. So that's why we have the coffee first. It's warming them up, getting them to know us. So we know each other, we like each other, we trust each other. When we come to their business, there's 2 questions you must ask every single time. Now you're going to ask things like, what's that machine? How much did you pay for that? What does it do? What's the churn rate? How much does it do? You're going to ask businessy questions. And you're also going to notice their team. My favorite thing was to notice a high C and a high I, right? The detailed high C, the messy I with photos of everyone on their desk type thing. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, you do know what I'm talking about. And then I'll walk over and I'll go, John, how do you get it with these two working together? Like, she's a people person and she's super detail oriented. How do you manage the 2 of them? And they're looking at you like, how do you know that? You've just seen them for 10 seconds. Well, yeah, I'm a coach. That's what I do. Because they will ask, how did you notice that? But here's the 2 questions you must ask. Number 1, and you're walking around. Don't sit down when you visit their business. Don't do that. Don't have them go to the boardroom. So, no, I'm not sitting in your boardroom. You're showing me what you do. Take me around. I want to meet the people. I want to feel the culture. I want to get to know your business. I can't get to know your business sitting in your boardroom. Number 1. So why am I here? Why do you think, feel, see? Why do you feel you need a business coach? If you know they're kinesthetic, if you know they're visual, why do you see you need a business coach? If you know they're auditory, tell me, what is it about me that you need a business coach? And shut up and dig deep. Just be quiet and let them talk. And keep going, oh, what else? Oh yeah, what else? Like, you're on a first date, right? Oh, this is the second date. On the second date, you better be playing 20 questions. Talk. Listen. Second question you ask. So, tell me why I'd want to be your coach. Why do I want to mentor you? It's called prizing. I'm the prize here. You're not the prize. Your few grand a month ain't going to change my life that much. But I'm going to change yours immensely. You must know that you are the prize when you go into these meetings. Okay?